Okay, girl, let's get one thing straight. If you want to get lean, build muscle, and get toned, it starts here in the paper towel aisle. Just kidding. But we're in the grocery store today because you need help with your nutrition. It's not just about your workouts. It's not about doing a 1,200 calorie diet or fasting or any of this stuff. It's about actually fueling your body correctly. I used to struggle with belly fat, body fat, very unhealthy lifestyle, zero definition, and I had no clue what to buy or eat. But now I've competed in a bodybuilding show and won third place. I'm now in a lean, bulking phase, building muscle, growing my glutes without gaining excess body fat, and I've helped transform hundreds of women's lives inside of our online coaching program. So today, I'm taking you with me grocery shopping. You're gonna walk away knowing exactly how to fuel your body to lose body fat, get lean, and build muscle. We're gonna be covering carbs, protein, fat sources, and at the end, I'm even gonna show you how to structure a meal so you don't just throw random foods into your cart. Now, protein is queen, honey. It keeps you full, it fuels recovery, and it helps you build muscle. And most women are under eating it big time. And I'm not just talking about making a conscious effort to just eat more protein. I'm talking about track your macros and hit the exact protein goal that your body needs in grams for your goals. That's exactly how my client Haley was able to lose 50 pounds without doing a restrictive diet, because I gave her the right protein goals and macro goals in addition to the right training program that was customized for her and her busy schedule while being in grad school full-time and working full-time. We are first starting with protein sources. This is my favorite protein, 93% lean ground beef. I will say though, I usually get grass-fed. We have some eggs here. You can get whole eggs. You can also get liquid egg whites, but I love the whole eggs. I also get pre-boiled eggs because, girl, I don't want to cook in the morning. Next is chicken breast, and girl, they don't have the fresh chicken breast right now for some reason, but that's okay because you can get frozen chicken breast. It also comes pre-cooked, so it's a lot faster. Next is some turkey breast. You can use this in a sandwich or in a wrap. This has about 12 grams of protein per 2 ounces. Another overlooked protein source is cheese. This is also a fat source, but if you get the reduced fat shredded cheese, this actually has a lot of protein, very low fat, and you can sprinkle this over your pasta if you want mozzarella, or if you're making tacos, you can get reduced fat Mexican shredded cheese. Now, you can also get a protein powder if you struggle to reach your protein goals, but girl, I eat 145 grams of protein per day without a single scoop of protein powder, so it's not necessary, and I personally feel better when I'm getting animal protein sources. Next is carbs, girl, and carbs are not your enemy. They're literally your glutes' best friend. I am eating 300 grams of carbs per day. They do not make you gain fat because it is scientifically impossible to gain body fat if you're not in a calorie surplus. In fact, I follow a high carb, high protein, moderate fat diet for myself and all of my clients, because if you want to build muscle, your body is using carbs as energy in that workout. And no, it doesn't matter your age. You can still eat lots of carbs even if you are older. My client Janelle is in her 60s. She is down over 20 pounds while eating 225 grams of carbs per day, and I've been increasing her food. She's eating over 2,000 calories per day. And the best part is she got these results doing only at-home workouts, 4 workouts per week with zero cardio. My favorite brand is the Dave's Killer brand for bread and for bagels. They have all these different flavors. Okay, so I have 2 slices of toast in the morning with peanut butter, and a great pre-workout snack is actually a bagel. You can have a half bagel or a full one, put some peanut butter or a little bit of butter on top. Perfect pre-workout snack. Next is pasta. You can still eat pasta and maintain a lean physique. I love the Barilla brand. I usually get the penne size, but it doesn't really matter. If you want extra protein, you can get the Bonza chickpea pasta or just protein plus pasta, but I honestly get the normal one most of the time. My favorite carb source is rice. I have this for almost all of my meals, and I get microwave rice because I'm lazy and I don't like to cook. So honey, just pop this in the microwave for 3 minutes and boom, you're done. Another great carb source is oatmeal. This has fiber. It will keep you full. It will give you energy. I usually just get the quick plain oats, and you can just add whatever toppings you want. If you want some pre-flavored ones, of course, you can get the microwave packets. I really like the maple and brown sugar. If you are in a pancakey mood for breakfast, I really like the Kodiak cakes because these have a little bit more protein. If you want even more protein, add a scoop of protein powder, or you can use liquid egg whites or whole milk for more protein in here. And they have all these different flavors. Oh. Let's talk about maple syrup. So if you are someone who's in a calorie deficit and you are hungry, then I recommend using a low-calorie maple syrup so this doesn't take up too much room in your carbs. Now, if you're someone who's in a reverse diet or a build and you're struggling to finish your meals, then I recommend a 100% pure maple syrup because this has more calories and it's easier to consume. Now, we love our tortillas up in here. If it's Tuesday taco night, you can definitely have tortillas and still maintain a lean physique. So there's different kinds, obviously. You can get flour tortillas, there's corn tortillas, Whereas if you are someone who is on lower carbs because you're in a calorie deficit, then I do recommend the carb balanced tortillas. Another hack for my girlies who struggle to eat and you have a very low appetite, drizzle some honey on your toast or on your oatmeal or a Greek yogurt bowl. This is super easy to get more carbs and calories in, and honey is also very healthy for you. Next, I need to put you guys on the Alexia fries. I've told all my clients to get these. They have different flavors. There's sweet potato and then they have regular, and you guys pop these in the air fryer. They taste just like real French fries. All right, sis, if this is already helping you rethink your grocery game, then make sure you hit that subscribe button because I post no BS fitness advice videos every single week, and I have a goal of reaching 5K subscribers. Now we're talking about healthy fats. These are your hormone helpers, okay? There's no need to do a low-fat diet. That would actually be very dangerous for your health. But don't overdo it because a lot of your food already has healthy fats in them, especially whole eggs or salmon or ground beef. So I don't get too many fat sources, but let me show you the ones that I really like. And that is how our client Leanne has been able to lose over 20 pounds while eating 2,600 calories per day. Because not only does she have the right protein and carb goals, she also has the right fat goals to support her health, her hormones, and her digestion to be optimal. First and foremost, nut butters. I'm a huge peanut butter girly, so just make sure you get one. The only ingredient that it has is peanuts. Same thing with almond butter. If you want almond butter, peanut butter, it doesn't matter. Next is olive oil. However, be careful with this stuff, okay? Yes, it's a healthy fat, but if you are cooking your proteins in this, your veggies in this, you're drizzling it over a salad, you are adding hundreds of calories and many grams of fat to your day, and this can put you in a calorie surplus if you're not careful. But track it. I will sometimes put maybe 5 grams in my pasta if I'm low on fat that day, but for the most part, I use cooking oil spray for everything. I use avocado oil spray. This has pretty much 0 calories. Still be careful with it because it is oil, so it's not technically 0 calories, but if you just do some light sprays, it's way more less calorie dense than this. Another great healthy fat are avocados. You can put this on a chicken bowl, or if you're making tacos, again, just make sure you're weighing this out and tracking them because they are pretty high in calories, but definitely a healthy fat. Now, we already talked about cheese, so this does contain some protein, but this is also a fat source too. So you can use this if you want to make burgers or a sandwich, or if you want a quick little protein fat snack, you can get the Baby Bell cheeses. All right, guys, we are back in my kitchen and I'm going to show you some more things that I get at the grocery store because I forgot to show you guys these things. And then I'm going to show you how I actually structure my meals so you know how to structure a meal properly. First and foremost, we need to talk fruits and veggies, okay? Now, I don't love cooking. It is not my passion. I'm not that great at it. So I like quick, simple, easy. I actually get frozen mixed bags of mixed veggies. This way, I just throw them in the microwave and I can throw them into my meals. Depending on what I want that week, I will usually switch up the bags from either like broccoli, cauliflower, and carrot mix to green beans. And I've really been loving this like stir fry veggie mix lately. So super easy. I literally just throw them in the microwave and I don't have to cook, prep, or wash them. And next, I love me some fruit. So I usually get bananas every week. I'll usually have one before the gym with my breakfast. And I also love the little clementine cutie things, but it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I also love cantaloupe, watermelon, apples, blueberries. Really just get any fruits you really enjoy. I recommend getting at least 2. Now for snacks, you guys, I'm not a huge snacker. I used to be, but when you are eating real meals with high protein, high fiber, you usually don't tend to snack as often because you're actually fueling your body correctly. So no, I do not recommend just eating a bunch of snacks throughout your day. You are not a toddler, okay? You are a grown adult. But if I am feeling snacky and I want something that's crunchy and salty, this is my go-to. Popcorn is very low calorie. If you get this brand or the Skinny Pop or like the low calorie popcorns, popcorn only gets really high in calories if you're just adding a bunch of butter. But this is my favorite brand. They have different flavors, and you guys, this tastes just like movie theater popcorn, and you can have a huge bowl of this for really low calories. But like I mentioned, we are not snacking all day, okay? The only reason you are never full is because you are snacking all day. You're eating like a toddler when you should be eating like an adult. Have actual meals with protein, carb, veggie, fat source. I'll show you how to structure it in just a few minutes. Now, you can still get lean and build muscle while eating chocolate, okay? The problem is your portion sizes. Obviously, we should not be binge eating chocolate every day, but if you have a chocolate craving, which I'm a chocolate girly, you can definitely sneak some chocolate into your day as long as you are tracking it. So I will have 1 to 2 squares of this Hue chocolate. This is my favorite brand. It is grass-fed. They have so many different flavors. I like the dark chocolate one and the cashew butter one and also the milk chocolate one. So you can have a couple of squares. You can also put 1 square on your Greek yogurt bowl or into your oatmeal, whatever tickles your fancy, okay? I also used to make Ninja creamy protein ice creams, and I would cut some of this up and sprinkle it on top. If you really love chocolate and you want to make your chocolate shakes or your protein shakes even more chocolatey, you can get Hershey's zero sugar or just a low calorie chocolate syrup. Again, as long as you are tracking it and fitting it into your macros, that's truly what matters. For drinks, I'm not a huge drinky girl either, but I will say I have 1 Zevia a day. I love these things. This is a 0-calorie soda. They have different kinds of flavors. You can also get Poppy, Olipop, whatever low-calorie soda you want. Now, is this quote unquote healthy? I wouldn't say there's like health benefits to this, but hey, it's better than drinking a bunch of soda or like a Coca-Cola every single day. Now, I am also a huge pasta girly, okay? You do not have to get the protein pasta. There is protein pasta, the Bonza brand. You can also get protein plus pasta, but I also get the regular kind because I put chicken or ground turkey mixed in with my pasta, so I don't necessarily need the protein one. I've got enough protein. But if you are someone who's vegan or vegetarian, or maybe you don't like eating meat that much, then I do think that the Bonza chickpea pasta or red lentil pasta or just simple protein pasta can be a better option for you. And finally, let's talk coffee, okay? I'm an iced coffee girly. I cannot go a day without my iced coffee. So this is what I use. I just use 2 ingredients. This is the Chobani vanilla creamer. I put 30 grams of this into my coffee each morning. And then I also do 200 grams of milk. I just get a whole milk. You don't always need to get fat-free or reduced fat. Actually, I think this is 2% reduced fat. You can also get whole milk. Just get an organic one, a grass-fed one, a good quality milk. And that is all I put in my coffee. Super delicious. Now we are talking low-calorie condiments. I'm also not a condiment girly. I guess I'm like a picky eater. I don't really use sauces or condiments too often, but one that I always gravitate towards is the Japanese barbecue sauce. If you want something that's like a teriyaki inspired dish, this is super good. Very macro friendly as well. It has 0 fat. It's pretty much all carbs. Now, mustard and ketchup are pretty low calorie. This is actually just regular mustard, and mustard is very, very low in calories. If you're just putting like a little, squirt onto your sandwich, it really is only like 5 calories. So I wouldn't worry too much about this one. If you love ketchup, I do recommend getting a sugar-free ketchup just because it's lower in calories and you don't have to really worry too much about it. There's nothing wrong with sugar or regular ketchup, but again, if you're in a calorie deficit and you want to try and sneak some more condiments and sauces into your meals, then getting low-calorie sauces like this is a great option. I also really like the G. Hughes brand. They have a bunch of low-calorie, sugar-free sauces. Now, if you're wanting something that has the best ingredients, I think Primal Kitchen is a really great brand. The buffalo sauce is actually very low calories as well, so if you're someone who likes that spicy kick, then this would be a great option for you. Now I'm going to show you guys how to actually structure a meal, and I promise you it is so simple and easy. I do not use busy as an excuse because it actually takes more time to go through the drive-thru, to go wait at a restaurant, to DoorDash food. This is way faster, you guys. Eating macro-friendly and healthier is way more convenient, so no excuses over here, okay? So when you're structuring a meal, you first need a protein source, you need a carb source, you need a fat source, and you need maybe either a fruit or a veggie. I don't have veggies in every single meal, but I do try to sneak them in, okay? So first and foremost is protein. This is the most important. I am using 93% lean ground beef. I love ground beef. This is actually my favorite protein source. And as you can see, I'm actually gonna build this meal out for you guys. This is literally my lunch and I am weighing it out for this video. So I usually have about 4 to 6 ounces of a protein in a meal. It depends on what your macros are and what you need in your meal. So I'm actually just gonna do 4 ounces of ground beef just to keep it simple. Now, 4 ounces of raw ground beef will lose weight. After you cook protein, it loses weight because it's losing water. So I'm not gonna weigh out 4 ounces of cooked ground beef. You would actually be over in calories. So you wanna make sure that if you are weighing out protein, just make sure you know the calculations. It loses about 25% of its weight. So I am now pouring in, clean hands by the way, 3 ounces of the cooked ground beef, which is 4 ounces of raw ground beef. Even though protein does lose about 25% of its weight after you cook it, it doesn't mean that this changes in macros. This did not change the caloric amount. This did not change the protein in it or anything. It's just that it shrinks, it loses weight. So you need to make sure that you're weighing it out correctly. I've had people argue me on this. I'm like, girl, you're wrong. I'm right. Look it up. Next is the carb source. Okay, I love using microwave rice. This is actually the brand I use. You can get it at Target, Vons, Safeway. Amazing. Okay. Sprouts also has has some and Trader Joe's has some as well. So I pop this in the microwave for 3 minutes and then you just weigh it out. And so I'm using the same bowl, the same scale. I'm changing it to grams, and then you just want to tear your scale so it says 0, and then you just pour the carb source in. I usually do about 200 to 250 grams of rice. So I'm going to do 200 for this meal. And see, you guys, see how quick and easy this is? You don't need multiple containers. You don't need all this different stuff. You don't need an Excel spreadsheet to track macros. Just put it on your freaking scale, use the same thing, and now I'm pressing 0, so it tears it out. And then we do our next thing. And so now I'm doing my veggies, which I do 100 grams of veggies at each meal. Do you see how simple and easy that was? Also, with the microwave veggies, this is why I love using frozen veggies, because I did not have to cut these. I did not have to season them. It comes in like a little sauce with seasoning and everything. So this makes my life so easy. My meals take 5 to 10 minutes to whip together. Then I just throw this in the microwave. And this is what a well-balanced, structured, real meal looks like. Not eating granola bars and almonds every day, okay? This meal will give me energy. It gives me nutrients. I have my protein, fiber. I have my carbs. It's going to make me feel good and actually fuel my body properly to have a lean and toned body. For the carb source, we've got our rice. For our micronutrients, we've got our veggies. For the protein and fat, we have our ground beef. So some food items will have multiple macros. So you can have a protein and a fat source in one, which is why I'm not adding, butter or olive oil or avocado to this meal, because I already have my healthy fat in my ground beef here. For my dinner tonight, I'm keeping it very plain and simple. I've been on a pasta kick recently, so I'm just going to cook up some pasta. It doesn't really matter what shape you get. I have different moods, okay? Sometimes I like penne, sometimes I like angel hair. It really doesn't matter. They're all pretty much the same exact calories and macros. The shape is just different. So I'm gonna make some pasta, and then that's my carb source. For my protein, we are doing chicken breast. I'm probably gonna do about 5 to 6 ounces of chicken. I make my pasta bowls really big, very high in protein. So this will be my protein source. And since chicken is very lean, pasta has a couple grams of fat. I don't really have a healthy fat in this meal. So I'm actually going to use about 5 grams of olive oil. This is a great healthy fat. It just really adds up quickly. So if you're gonna be using oil in your meals, make sure you are weighing it out and tracking it. This is pretty much liquid fat. Again, it's healthy for you, yes, but it's very easy to sneak in extra calories that you're not aware of if you are not tracking this, because 5 grams of olive oil is already 5 grams of fat. 1 tablespoon of this already has 120 calories. So imagine if you are cooking your chicken in this, you're cooking your vegetables in this, you're drizzling this over a salad, you're cooking your eggs in oil, you are adding hundreds of calories and tons of grams of fat to your day without knowing it. Yes, it's healthy, but eating healthy doesn't guarantee that you're going to lose body fat. You can still gain body fat and put yourself in a calorie surplus by doing things like this, which people usually don't track: oil and butter and condiments. And those are the sneaky calories that are really adding up in your day. Now, I don't really have a veggie source for this meal, okay? I'm being bad today, but you can sneak in some veggies. I could add maybe broccoli or zucchini. I usually just add either butter or olive oil with some garlic salt, and you guys, this combo tastes amazing. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you want the PDF version of this grocery list, then check the description, because I have the PDF version for you in there that you can print out or just have on your phone. But if you now want to learn things I wish I knew before starting my fitness journey, then click on the next video, because these mistakes that I made will save you tons of time if you learn about them now.